So that pretty much sums up our pitiful performance today. So it's one thing to get blown out by Kansas City. 36-10, 2021, week 16. Pathetic game, but that's one thing. And then we got blown out by them again in the wild card. Week 5, 2022 against Buffalo. Pitiful game, perhaps the worst Steelers loss I've ever seen. If it's not, maybe this one. But that's one thing. The Bills are a Super Bowl contender. And of course, the Chiefs have won the Super Bowl 2 times in the last 4 seasons. 41-10 against the Bengals. Week 13 or week 12, 2021, whenever that was. Pathetic game, but that's one thing. The Bengals went to the Super Bowl that year. Last year, week 8 against the Eagles. In Philly. 35-13. Pathetic game, but that's one thing. Because the Eagles are, they're a Super Bowl contender, and they came up short against Kansas City last year, but you get the point. But this is the Texans, the Houston Texans, a rebuilding team we got blown out by. And not only did we get like and of course, week 1 of this year against the 49ers. Hideous game. But that's one thing, because the 49ers are a Super Bowl contender. This game today, like, I can't even find the right words to describe how awful this game was. And with how awful we played today, it doesn't stop there. Because Kenny Pickett might actually be done for the season. And unfortunately, I have to deal with broke bitch Mitch from now up until week 18 if that's the case. It's time to roll out the tanks. The season's done. We should go 3-14, tank for Caleb Williams, and hopefully old fart Rooney II finally rolls over and fucking dies if his ass isn't going to make changes. And with the emergency landing in Kansas City, if anything, Canada and Tomlin, for what the fuck they did today, they should be thrown into the engine to have their bodies butchered. And this goes back to square one. Or no, not square one. Maybe I should say it goes back to week 1 against San Francisco. Except this time, we didn't get into the fucking end zone. When the Steelers arrived back in Pittsburgh, once they get on the plane from Houston all the way back home, they should be welcomed back with circus music, like I did at the beginning of the video. Because the whole league should be laughing at us, and they deserve to. They totally deserve to. Even the Broncos and Bears have room to laugh at us. Because we couldn't score a single touchdown, and it took us until the second half just to get into the Texans' territory. Just outright embarrassing. Like, CJ Stroud, he had both of his starting tackles out with injury today. And yet we couldn't even sack him one single fucking time. Not one. And of course we let some no-name wide receiver, Nico Collins, whatever his name is, a no-name wide receiver, get like 6 catches for damn near 120 yards. That is pathetic. Just absolutely pathetic. And I also love how we were down 13-0 in the second quarter. We are at around midfield, if not slightly past it. It was either or, not entirely sure. But nonetheless, we're down 13-0, 4th and 1. What do we do instead of, going for it and showing that we actually want to win? No. Let's not do that. Let's just punt the ball away. Right? I'm sorry, but... And I'm going to say it right here. I am done with Kenny Pickett. Yes, I'm saying it. Kenny Pickett is a bust. I hope he gets better from his injury, but he is a bust. Sorry to tell you, I'm done with him. I want Caleb Williams. I want this team to go 3-14, lose the rest of our games except for week 14 against the faggot-ass Patriots. But other than that game, I am perfectly fine with losing the rest of our games. I really am. Because this team is outright garbage. We need to clean house. The owner needs to go. Tomlin and his puppet-ass coaching staff needs to go as well. And everybody on this team, except for maybe TJ Watt, they can go as well. They can all go. We need to tear everything down and rebuild for the next 5 seasons. That's what this team needs to do. This was a must-win game with what we got coming up. And we're most likely going to go 2-6 heading into that Thursday night game against the Tennessee Titans. No, I'm not going to show any highlights from this game because that's how pathetic we played today. 30-6. 30-6. 2 field goals. And on one of the field goals, Kenny Pickett missed a wide open Connor Hayward. Not that it would have mattered, because he still got blown the fuck out anyway. But yeah. So yeah. Hideous game. Awful all around. Offense terrible. Defense terrible. I just don't know what to say. This was a piss poor effort from just about everybody on the team today. Everybody. It was basically week 1 against San Francisco, with the only 2 differences being, A, we were on the road today instead of at home, and of course, B, we didn't even score a touchdown. Just when I think this team couldn't play any fucking worse than week 1 against San Francisco, 30-7. I thought that was pathetic. But let's make it a teeny tiny bit worse and put up just 6 fucking points. 6. Now, in case you're wondering why I haven't exactly let out, I've let out some yells so far in this video. But if you're wondering why I haven't exactly screamed like I did in that short little rage video with the 49ers loss week 1, it's because this team played so pathetic today that they're not worth that kind of energy. They're not. So we're gonna get massacred by Baltimore next week, and then after our bye week, we're gonna get destroyed by the Rams, destroyed by the Jaguars, and we're gonna be 2-6. Once again, just like we were last year. And I'm sorry, but I don't give a shit if we somehow finish 9-8 again and do a repeat of 2022. I really don't. I don't give a shit. I don't. Because I just don't settle for mediocrity. This team has to make changes, or else it's going to be the same old story year in, year out. So, this was the game to where I finally just gave up on Kenny Pickett. I've said he's a bust, and I want him gone after this season. I want this entire quarterback room gone as well. All of it. Oh, a fire sale is needed with the Steelers. It's needed. It has to happen. Anyways, fuck this team. I'm done ranting with them. I can't anymore.